Hello, friends. Welcome to another human collective reading. I've felt it was time for a few days now, and I'm finally getting it done. So, let's jump right in. Excuse me if you hear any coughing or sniffling. Sapphire and I are dealing with the Kansas air. We're both stuffy and sneezy and yuck. So, I'm hoping that it passes quickly for us. Okay, first of all, I asked what energies are the human collective dealing with right now and what do we need to know about it. So, in the recent past, the eight chalices stand upright in the desert sand where otherwise all is arid. Despite the symbolic message behind these emotional vessels being integral and intact, a cloaked figure has turned his back on them, seeking higher ground and leaving them behind. It appears he has drunk what he needed from them and is ready to move on to new challenges, questing for greater fulfillment. The fact that he wears a black cloak begs the question, has he taken time to appreciate all that he has accomplished and experienced? One of life's greatest lessons is being thankful for what has been and knowing at the same time when it is time to move on. In the present, we have the Six of Chalices. Starseed remembers the innocence with which she decided to leap into the current experience of life here on Earth. From the longing of the Four of Chalices and the grieving of the Five, the seeker does indeed shift focus back to the celebration of the innocence and trust of the decisions made at the soul level. Like children of the stars, we leaped into this world to learn, to grow, and to give. This beautiful key is about remembering that innocence, the total surrender, and trusting that what is unfolding is what you came to know and experience. From your stellar self to your earthly being, with this key you recognize that you are a child of the universe and you feel that harmony within yourself and with others who are sharing your path. And that's right now. A little muted, so, we're coming into it. The Eight of Orbs is in the near future. What are you moving toward? Eight of Orbs. All right. Excuse me. Imprisoned in the jungle of her own mind, a woman stands blindfolded, entangled in the vines of her desperation. She is alone and isolated in the dark and overgrown woods, unable to see her way out as the orbs bear down on her, weighty and menacing. There is a stream of water off to the side of her feet, but she is completely entangled in the vines, believing she cannot move. She is unwilling to look past her limitations to see the way out. Trapped in her limiting thoughts and constricting beliefs, she is unable to look at new possibilities that will help her release from her self-imposed prison and find her way out of this dilemma. Excuse me. All right. Now, next we see, excuse me, your mirror, how we are seeing ourselves right now in these energies, the Lovers. Okay. Let me get to that page. Okay, Lovers, let's see. Many are the starseed who know they've come to share the passage through this physical existence with a twin flame. It seems inherent in human nature that we seek someone, a twin soul, to share the peaks and valleys of the journey through the tunnel of three-dimensional life. Not always does love bring us our twin, but surely there is untold joy in union with another, the innocence of hope that we know at the onset, the passion of desire to give ourselves to another and to receive equally, the exhilaration that sharing love brings. The Lover's key holds no secret meanings or interpretations. It is about physical love with all its temptations, sensuality, and passion, burning hot. It is about the electric love, the sweetness of touching another soul, holding that love in the highest truth, protected and revered. This passage on Starseed's path is the first time a decision is required. Will she commit to another, the taking of a partner, or will she choose to continue to walk the path alone, developing the self, soul-seeking communion with the self, soul-seeking communion with spirit? Words associated with this card are relationship, commitment, love, passion, infatuation, union, and for the very fortunate, twin souls or twin flames. I don't know about you guys, but I've been feeling like I've gone back into my own self to relax, rest, recuperate from this year. And I'm taking the time to be by myself when I can. I feel like a lot of people might be feeling this. All right, next is how the world in this essential field of possibilities, your reflection. How do others see you? The star. It's so pretty. I love that Egyptian pharaoh looking on the chariot. Let me find it. Chariot. Okay. One of the more difficult keys to interpret is the chariot. Who is this charioteer, and what is he racing toward? As Starseed journeys along the path of earthly existence, she realizes that there will be challenges to face, that these may require independent action. Many are we who have come into the body at this time as true spirit warriors, and the road can be treacherous. Darkness and light pull at the reins of our being as we race ahead, learning that it is our focused mind and intention that harnesses the forces driving us forward. Lord Krishna holds the reins, representing the proper use of the focused mind to train and master the senses. It reminds Starseed that when we connect to our higher mind with clarity of intent and purpose, we move forward in the light of divine guidance. Our personal Krishna harnesses the forces that pull at the reins of our lives, darkness and light, and moves the chariot forward, always seeking resolution to the polarity of opposing forces, our own darkness and light, our demons and our divinity. The chariot is the body vehicle through which mind, spirit, and form are manifest. The horses represents the sensate tools of our own physical power that we utilize in our journey through life. The reins in the hand of Lord Krishna are the depiction of right mind, which direct the senses to move us forward. He reminds us that we are not alone in the mission of life, and that we do always have divine guidance in our race toward our goals. Very nice. And now we have the Hanging Man. And this is your desire. What do you wish to manifest and make whole from this situation? Let me see. Oh, 12, not 16. Okay. Like a preborn infant in the womb, reversing itself to prepare for passage out of the state of suspended animation of one world and into the next, Hanging Man is observing reality from an inverted position. He is the stilled pendulum at rest, a potential energy disengaged, floating, meditating, surrendering. Of course, in this reading, he is not reversed. He is just about ready to be born breech. Ow, that might not feel very good. If we are able to go within and meditate and ask for higher self-wisdom and cushioning, that could help us through the birthing process into our new reality. Starseed is confronted with the possibility that there will be times on the path when she will need to look at things from a different perspective. There will be epiphanies, when reversals will bring opportunities to be reborn. Sacrificing one's position on an issue and looking at it from another direction may bring enlightenment. Hanging Man appears to be waiting to be reborn, as many of us describe it, into a new spiritual consciousness. He is on a vision quest opening to an altered state of awareness, experiencing new insights. I think we all want to manifest a brighter, more loving world. So why don't we all focus on that? Focus on it being more loving and accepting. Unity mind. Unity in love. That's the only way forward. Okay, anyway. 7, Rigel, prophecy. What do the stars hold as the outcome? 4 of crystals. There's a lot of crystals in here. 1 orb. And okay, we're equal on crystals and chalices. 1 orb and 1 flame. So it's pretty even. In contrast to the former key, where merriment and celebration are in full bloom, the 4 chalices reminds us of those times when even in a full room we can feel immense loneliness and isolation. Many starseed incarnated on Earth now experience this longing to return to their star family, feeling displaced and foreign in a world in which they feel they have never quite belonged. The young woman in the key sits at the very edge of the ocean, dangerously close in fact, as if the waves, her emotions, are about to consume her. 3 chalices sit precipitously on the rocks nearby. It is as if she doesn't even notice the gift they bring. In the waves, a dolphin spirit being presents her with the 4th chalice, and yet still she remains blind to them all as she gazes up at her star, longing to go home. The key is a great teacher for starseeds incarnated on Earth at this time. It speaks to us of how each moment of life is precious, and that we become aware of our gifts when we stay focused in the moment on the wonders of all that we are given. There is a reason we came here now. Let's pay attention to what great gifts this realm provides us. Oh boy. Okay. Now, we're into the higher purpose. What is the highest good to be served from this exploration of energies at work in our lives? Two of flames. What is to be learned? Come on. I can't. The book is not working with me. Sorry, guys. It's like, no, you don't want to read this one. Yes, I do. Okay, 2 of flames. The 2 of flames is about recognizing more than one option and determining the best way to move the creative flow forward for the good of the one and the all, and making it manifest on Earth. From the perspective of one's individual process, it speaks to the querent of choosing the right path that will lead to dominion and materialization of the creative inspired process. To the many inspired spirit warriors and light workers who have come to take part in the Earth in transition, it also illustrates how the starseed's intentions to serve as a leader or guide at this time will require reflection, discernment, and an understanding of how focused intent is the tool of leadership which brings spirit into manifestation. Well, that's pretty amazing. As I just said about us focusing on the higher timeline and being in the love and unity thought processes. All right, that is the higher purpose. The higher purpose is what I've been talking about. Okay, the 6th dimension, how our light beings from higher realms assisting us in our awakening process. Ooh, the Tower, which is change. Okay. The walls of those limiting thoughts and ego-driven beliefs in the shadow key come down with the flaming tower. Struck by lightning, symbol of illumination, the structure goes to blazes in the creative fire of spiritual awakening to the realization that everything that exists in our own is our own creation. We are free to live in towers of our own making or to leap into the unknown, trusting all that is. Like the charioteer in key number 7, who races forward but still remains in his protective cage, the figure in the tower key number 16 equals 1 plus 6 equals 7 ejects himself from his tower into utter abandonment. His time of isolation is clearly over. Oh man, you guys. So starting out with the lovers, going to the star, the hanging man, and now the tower. There's a whole story going on just with the major arcana in this reading and where they are placed. It's very, very interesting. At a superficial level, this key speaks of our addictions, manipulations, and dysfunctional patterns, or how in or out of control of them we are at any given time. It is about ego consciousness and the human obsession with possession, gratification, and control, all aspects of our lower chakras of survival, emotion, and power. As a tool to exploring these aspects, it serves to show Starseed that it is only our fear or of lack that keeps us enchained to the lower frequencies. We have only to brush away the cobwebs, understanding how we created them in the first place, to be free. And now, the Sage of Crystals is in the spot of the fourth dimension. What karmic patterns must be cleared to bring this present dynamic into a higher vibration? What a great question. The Sage is like the queen of the old tarot. The Sage is the ultimate female authority. However subtly or powerfully she demonstrates her deep understanding of the suit she represents. Some think of her as the great mother or matriarchal leader. Surely she has journeyed far on her path and has accomplished great inner experience, knowing spirit. She has an impressive ability to guide others, healing, teaching, and serving as a guide. The Sage is the female counterpart to the Master, the yin aspect of his yang. She is a queen, a priestess, a medicine woman, an earth mother. She offers all the archetypal figures of those role models of the feminine power, appearing at a time when we are moving into the great cycle of yin vibration as the expression of Gaia's rebirthing into her higher reflection. And she is representing the crystals, which is beautiful. It is the old pentacles of the old earth, old paradigm. In the value systems and traditions of the past, the suit of pentacles of the tarot had to do with one's material possessions, business, wealth, and aspects of physical health. It still does in these keys, in which the suit is now represented as crystals, the flowers of the earth. From the higher perspective, one of honoring the elements of Gaia and celebrating the elemental energies of this reality, the suit of crystals raises the interpretive bar to focus us on the higher aspects, the ability to manifest spirit into form, creation of abundance and prosperity, and the examination of the true value of the possession versus spirit. To Starseed, who understands that you can never possess enough, life is about being enough. This is the most difficult of the suits. Embracing abundance without being addicted to it is a prevalent theme throughout. Clearly, the suit is ruled by the astrological earth signs, and they do portray those aspects of our lives in which career, security, and financial success are important to the seeker. We ask you, the seeker of wisdom, to look beyond, into the lens of the crystals, for more. So, I feel like it's talking about our collective graduation into our new reality. We are in new earth, in a new paradigm energy. And it's important that we focus our intent on the higher realms, bring them manifest to ourselves and to others, helping each other with this great awakening. I hope this reading finds you well and it helps you understand the energies at play in our collective reality right now. I wish you all great love, joy, and abundance this holiday season, and I hope we're able to stay connected in in bringing forth these wonderful, loving energies. All right, guys. Happy holidays, and I hope you have a blessed new year. Until we meet again.